So we are moving into the search algorithms, and the very first algorithm for this search method is a breadth first search.
Okay.
Now, if you remember the chart that was done in the last class, so we had classified the search algorithms into two: uninformed and informed search. In uninformed, we have no idea, and it is actually a blind search we always call this as a blind search. This is a blind search because we are unaware of the history of what is the last state and the next state. So we are simply following the rules. Okay, so the blind search, we have depth first, breadth first, and the uniform cost search. Okay, the next search is the informed search, where the three types are the greedy search, ape star search, and the grab search. As we come across the points, the things will be clearer. So let us move with the depth first search. Now here, whatever be the search method, we have to go with these performance characteristics. That means whether the algorithm used will give me a complete solution. That is what the completeness measurement means. Now, what is the best choice of the solution? There are many methods to solve the problem, but what is the best? So we declare the best in terms of the cost. So we will see as we move on with the lectures, our slides, what is the meaning of the cost. That means we say what is the optimal method of all the existing methods which can be used for our problem solving in the search methods or in the solution formation. Time complexity. This is one more thing where when you are searching, we are going for different number of stages. Now, how many nodes we have to come across? There should be some time limit to find the solution. So that also is the point of solving the problem, and this becomes the measurement of the problem solving method. The next is the space complexity. Now, how much is the space used by the algorithm in the memory size? Like we have one concept called fringe that will come in the lecture. Next slides. So these 4 points: completeness, optimality, time complexity, and space complexity are the major problem solving performance metrics. Okay, so we will be discussing this as we come across the points. Now, in the general form, we have a fringe. There is a vector, is it not? One variable sort of. It is going to be giving you some, you can say a queue. It's a queue. It's the order of the nodes that we are trying to expand. So initially we will be starting with one node, and then there will be a loop. Okay. So what does that loop say? If the fringe is empty, that means my method was wrong. Okay. But if it is filled, what happens? Okay. You are going to go from one stage to the other. So every stage you represent it by a node. Remove the first and then expand. And if it is the goal, then return the path from the initial to the node and execute the whole path and give the whole path in the list. So this is what is the meaning of the general algorithm for our uh, problem solving. But this will be more clear when we'll have an example. Okay, so we are coming back to the, we can say, the state representation of an abstract uh, example. So this is an abstract example that I think we have had once in our last class. So just consider how many nodes are there? We have, this is node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there are 8 nodes which are abstractly connected. This is no standard representation. This is one example, or example what I already told. Suppose starting from Sholapur, reaching to Kolhapur, we have many alternative paths. So what we have taken is some major towns or major places we have connected, and we have tried to draw this particular abstract example. Let us see what we have to do with our algorithm. Okay. For my reference, I have taken this chart of mine here, and you can see that it is there on my right hand side. Now I have drawn the search tree. Now last time I had told you this was the node diagram, and you can expand this into the search tree, like it is giving you all possible expansions of the nodes reaching the goal. And if you expand that in the full form, you get this as this. This is called as the search tree. This is the search tree. Need not go with that. Again, the basics. So this is the search tree. Okay. Search tree for the given node representation of an abstract example. Now this is my initial node. Okay, this is my initial node. The things are very interesting. You can move on. Just see. These are the initial, this is the initial position. This is the initial state. So my fringe, or you can say my queue, you can say a folder open. Many people go with different names. It can be a queue, or it can be a you can say open folder, or sometimes it is called as a fringe. So we'll call this as used in the artificial intelligence, open. This is a fringe. Okay, a value, I mean you can say a container, you can say, where I'm inputting my first node. Okay, I have introduced my first node here. So what is this first node? My initial state is A, and now I have to look forward for my expansion so that I reach the goal. Okay, so that I reach the goal. Whichever way I have to go, I will have to go and see which one is suitable for me. Okay, so in my fringe, I have only A. Now, what have I done? What have I done? A has been removed. A is removed. What is removed? A has been removed, and it has been replaced by the further nodes that are next to it, successors, we can say B and C. So my fringe is now having B and C. Now what next? In my initial position, it was told that remove that first node and keep the next successive node. So my next successive nodes are B and C. Now what to do with this? Still I have not reached the goal. So I am in the loop now. I am in the loop. So what will happen? I will take my first node and use the two successors and attach it to the back. Okay, so how I am doing this? See, I have removed my B. You can see, I have removed my B. I have removed my B, and I have attached the further successors to what place? To the end. I have attached to the end. Which nodes I have attached? D and E. Where have I attached? In the end. It was here, now the successors are here. But who is facing this? The node which has to be expanded is now facing the front side. Keep this in mind, because every algorithm will be having some methodologies which you have to follow. So this here in my breadth-first search, my node which is to be expanded is in the start, and those which are at the the successors are attached at the end. The successors attached at the end. Okay. So now what is happening is my C has to be expanded. Okay. With whom? With D and G. Let me see. With D and G. Here I have inserted them, but in the meanwhile, D and E have come in the beginning. Okay, they have been shifted towards the left hand side. Now, what you see is the D is the first node. At the first node, it has to be expanded, right? So let us see how it is to be expanded. How it was done? D has been replaced by C and F, keeping E in the queue next. The C and F are inputted at the end, and in between they are as it is. So how is the operation going? The operation is moving from A like this. It is coming to B. Okay. It is going to C, then coming in this direction, then coming to D, E, and again going to D, reaching the goal. I mean, if it is goal, then it's okay, it will stop, otherwise it will continue like this, go to C. So see, every node is expanded in the breadth fashion, okay, breadth wise, left to right to left, till the last node, it is going to be expanded. Okay, so how is the movement? It is in the horizontal, that is in the breadth fashion. So it is called as a breadth search. Okay, it's a breadth search. So in my node expansion, the first node has been removed, and the D has been replaced by CF at the end, and E is now in the queue. So what has happened next? What was that in the last part? Now E, you might have seen that E is having a nobody. There are no successors here. So it can be simply removed without any, even you can't put anything because it doesn't have any success. No children to that node. Okay, no children to that node. So it is removed. So simply nothing is there. Who is coming in the beginning now? You can see there was a D, G, C, F, is it not? So D will be coming now. So D is there. What will happen with the D? It will be replaced by what do you call, BF. Okay, it will be replaced by the BF. So I have made it the shades here. See here, the BAF at the end. Now who has come into the picture? The G is there. Now what is happening? Yes, the G is nothing but the goal, is it not? So the moment you find the goal, just stop. The moment you find the goal, just stop. So my goal state has been reached. My goal state has been reached. So now the search is going to stop.